I'm Amelie of the Sea, and welcome to my satisfactory world. Today we will be looking at a way to build trained spirals very easily and very quickly. The key to understanding how to build a trained spiral is to see its two-dimensional projection. That is to say, what does the trained spiral look like when you view it from the top down? Since circular spirals from the top down just looks like circles, it makes sense that we should begin with learning how to make a circle and then learning how to turn that circle into a three-dimensional spiral. Always start with short, straight rail segments where you can begin your rail line, like so. The two foundation lengths is a very nice even number to work with. The simplest way to build a circle is to go in 90-degree arcs. Here is a 3 foundation by 3 foundation segment. Here is a 4 foundation by 4 foundation segment, and here's a 5 foundation by 5 foundation segments. Having moved over to the other side, we can continue the circle like so. For example, here is the 3 by 3, here is the 4 by 4, and here is the 5 by 5. We can continue the circle in the same exact manner as before. There's the 3 by 3, 4 by 4, and 5 by 5. If we want, we can even try to close the circle. So first, notice that I've erased those test segments as before. Here we can close the 5 by 5 and no problem. Here we can close the 4 by 4, no problem. But 3 by 3, the computer tends to, protest. So one thing we can do is actually move 1.5 foundations and half foundation over. That's 12 meters by 4 meters. And then we can finish the circle like so. So let's take a look from above. The key step to going from 2D to 3D is to add ramps. So here, when we're trying to do a 3 by 3 circle, what we're doing is making 3 foundations out, and then 3 foundations in, 3 foundations out, 3 foundations in, etc. So let's start with this text segment. So instead of going 3 foundations out and 3 foundations in, what we do is go 3 foundations out and then start adding ramps. You see here, that's 1, 2, 3. The corner will be just a standard foundation, and we have a 1, 2, 3 here, where the 2 and the 3 are double ramps. Now we do another 3 foundations, so 1, 2, corner block, and a 1, 2, corner block. Same thing over here. Oops, 1, 2, corner block, and 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens when we try to do the exact same circle build. So we go 3 foundations, 3 foundations, 3 foundations, by 3 foundations, 3 foundations, by 3 foundations. That's how you make your spiral. So some variations on this is, instead of using this 2-meter ramp, or when you double it you get 4-meter ramps, you can use the 1-meter ramp, which when you double it becomes a 2-meter ramp. So let's take a look at what happens. We'll go out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then go out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mind those bees, hopefully they don't sing. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So there you go. But that's how you can take a 2D picture and turn it into a 3D spiral. You can also mix and match. For example, you could do 2-meter ramp, 1 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter. You can also do 1 meter, 2 meter, 2 meter, 1 meter, etc. As long as you're consistent with your spiral in each one of these legs, then you can make whatever shape spiral you want. The key is consistency here. So what about turning those circles over there into parallel spirals? So let's talk about theory. So as before, we saw this 1, 2, 3, and then block 2, 3 with the ramp, 1, 2, corner foundation block, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, block, 1, 2, 3. So in order to make this into a parallel friendly spiral, what we can do is just extend these corner blocks. As you can see here, the purpose of doing that is, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ramp, ramp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ramp, ramp. You see, those are 4x4 friendly curves, and on the outside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, ramp, ramp, where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the key point is to make these extended corner foundations and have the central one just be, 2 ramps by 2 ramps. So let's see what happens when we build. We try to do the 3x3 curve, try to do a 4x4 curve, try to do a 5x5 curve right here. Then we try to do another 3x3, a 4x4, and a 5x5. You can see the pattern emerging. Let's go over there to the 3x3, 4x4, and 5x5. So let's take a look from several different angles. Now let's have some fun. What about a double infinity spiral? So here we have an 8 foundation by 14 foundation wide. See there? 14 foundation wide platform, and let's begin. So here we have a 3x3 curve, but what I'm going to do is just go a little bit further. Let's go to say here. Let's do a 4x4 turn, and let's go just a tiny bit further here. Same thing over here, 3x3 turn, and go just a tiny bit further. 4x4, and go just a tiny bit further. Let's repeat the same process everywhere else on the other sides. So go 3x3, and just go a tiny bit further. Do 4x4, and go just a tiny bit further as well. Let's take a look at what happens when we connect all of the stuff. Do you see the double infinity spiral? Let's take a look at this from different angles. So adding the ramps, like in the previous tutorial, so instead of making foundation blocks, we just add, say, 2-meter ramps here and there. What we can do is create this double infinity spiral that you can make this go as far as you want. So on the left side of this thing, we can just make ramps that go up. On the right side makes ramps that go down. Same thing over here. The left side will have ramps that go down, and then ramps that go up. So you can just have this pattern again and again, and you can have something cool like this. So finally, let's let's try to imagine a spiral which gets tighter as we go up, or from the other perspective, gets wider as we go up. So let's start with here. This is a 6x6 arc, 90-degree arc. This is a 5x5 90-degree arc, 4x4 90-degree arc, 3x3 90-degree arc. So you can kind of imagine it's just basically all the same arcs, but slightly, getting narrower as we go in or elongating as we go out. Let's try to visualize what this could look like. Pretty cool, huh?